Hello everyone, I am Dr. Pooja and today I will be discussing what all questions from biochemistry have been asked in your December FMGE exam. So I found the paper pretty easy, but let's see, as a student you must have found it tough. So today we will be discussing the questions which were asked in the exam. Fine. Now all questions are memory based, so images might be because these are all recall based questions. So if you have any doubt, any queries against it, then please comment down. And if you have any doubts, any queries in biochemistry subject as a whole, then you can join my website for the same. I run my own YouTube channel also, so if you have any problem, you can put your queries there. So let's start up with the discussion of the questions. Question one was, which one of the following is not a micromineral? Now, all of you are familiar with the term mineral. As per the dietary requirements, minerals are of two types, micro and macro minerals. And obviously, as the name says, macro, which are required in large proportion, and micro, which are required in small proportion. So if we look at the question, it's very simple that calcium is considered to be a macro mineral, right? And this is a list which distinguishes between macro and micro. You can see macro minerals, their requirement is more. Calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sulfur, sodium, potassium, chloride will come under macro because they are required, like calcium, sodium, potassium, whether it is the extracellular fluid or the intracellular fluid, they have their different functions to perform. And if you look at the micro minerals, selenium is considered to be a very important trace mineral also, whose main function is that it functions as an antioxidant. And other microminerals are iron, zinc, copper, iodine, fluoride, and manganese. So if you look, compare this slide with this, obviously it is written that calcium is a macromineral and is not a micromineral. Moving on to question number 2. Which of the following enzyme is deficient in von Gierke's disease? A very simple question. Answer is glucose 6 phosphatase. Von Gierke's disease, all of you know, it is a glycogen storage disorder. Inheritance, if we see, it is autosomal recessive, and this is more widely, it is a very common glycogen storage disorder which is observed. Right, glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase leads to hemolytic anemia. Acid maltase will lead to POMS disease, which is again a glycogen storage disorder. Glycogen phosphorylase is the rate limiting enzyme of glycogenolysis. But here it is von Gierke's disease, and the answer would be C. And you can just have a look on different type of other glycogen storage disorders. Type 1, type 2, acid maltase deficiency. Type 3, it is debranching. Type 4 is branching. Type 5 is muscle phosphorylase, 6 is liver phosphorylase, and 7 is again muscle phosphorylase, which is phosphofructokinase. Right. Moving on to question number 3. Nitrogenous base from the body is excreted in the form. Again, a very simple question. All of you know that we are ureotelic organisms, or urea is excreted out from our body, which actually comes from degradation of amino acids or proteins. Or you can say proteins are the only macromolecules which actually undergo urea cycle, give out urea. So obviously the answer would be B. It is no doubt transported in the form of glutamine. Uric acid is the end product in non-primates. It is the degradative product, uric acid is the degradative product of purine metabolism. Right, uric acid is further in non-primates degraded to form allantoin. But here what the question says, nitrogenous base is excreted in the form of urea, whose formula is NH2 C double bond O NH2. Okay, moving on to the next question. Or chalo, let's have a look at urea cycle. All of you are familiar with this. So many times we have been discussing this urea cycle. You know, this is the rate limiting enzyme of urea cycle. First and second step occur in the mitochondria, and third, fourth and fifth occur in the cytosol. So urea cycle occurs in 5 steps. 2 organelles are required for that, and the rate limiting enzyme is CPS1. Next question, inhibitor of complex 4. So many times I have repeated this question in my videos. A very simple question. Complex 4 is cytochrome A1A3 oxidase. And the inhibitor is cyanide. C. Along with cyanide, other inhibitors are also there of complex 4, like azide is there, hydrogen sulfide is there. So these are the inhibitors of complex 4. If we look at other inhibitors, rotenone is for complex 1, malonate and carboxyn for complex 2, and oligomycin is an antibiotic which is inhibiting OP. Okay, and let's look at other inhibitors also. If we talk about complex 1, these are the inhibitors. Along with this, chlorpromazone is also an inhibitor. If we look at complex 3, it is antimycin and all the hypoglycemic drugs. Complex 4 is this. Complex 2 is carboxyn and malonate. Right, ATP synthase, OP, oligomycin is an inhibitor of that. And if we talk about translocase, it is atractyloside and bongregate. So the answer to this question is simple, cyanide, complex 4. Moving on to the next question, identify the vitamin deficiency. Now the individual is showing, as you can see, it is pretty evident from the picture also, there is a erythematous pigmented skin. You can see like this. This is a characteristic Castle necklace, and it is actually seen in the patients who are suffering from pellagra. And all of you know pellagra is due to the deficiency of niacin, or the active form of niacin in our body is nicotinic acid. So Castle necklace, you can very well, this was the picture which was given in the exam, so you can see it is there. Is it clear? Moving on to the next question. This is a clinical based question, but a very simple question in a sense that a 40-year-old man presented with sclera of eyes and pinna have black pigmentation. The main feature is the color of the urine changes to black on standing long. That means that urine, when kept outside, it undergoes oxidation to give a black color. So why this black color is there? Because L-Kapton type of substances are produced in this. And when L-Kapton type of substances are produced, obviously the disorder will be, diagnosis would be, the person is suffering from L-Kaptonuria. And this is related to the metabolism of phenylalanine. If you look at other options, phenylketonuria, again phenylalanine metabolism, but the enzyme deficient is phenylalanine hydroxylase. Maple syrup urine disease, branch chain amino acids, and Hartnupp's disease is due to the malabsorption of tryptophan. So answer here is very simple, it's B. And sclera of eyes, typical ochronosis is there, which is a characteristic feature of L-Kaptonuria. And you can just go through this slide. As you can see that L-Kaptonuria is due to the deficiency of homogentisate oxidase. Okay, when homogenetic oxidase is absent, homogenetic acid will be accumulated and it will be converted to form, you can say, quinone type of substances or colored substances. Rest of the disorders associated with phenylalanine metabolism, you can see PKU is there, type 1, type 2, type 3 tyrosinemias are there. Right? So this is all about the discussion of FMG questions. Thank you for paying attention and listening to it. And if you like my channel, do subscribe to my channel. If you have any queries, you can just post them in the comment box. Yes, one more question was there, that LDH regarding lactate dehydrogenase. This lactate dehydrogenase is the marker enzyme of cytoplasm. Always remember. And it exists in 3 isoenzyme forms, 5. LDH 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. LDH1 rises in MI and LDH5 rises in liver diseases. So this is all about the discussion of biochemistry questions which were asked in December 2020 FMGE exam. So for the students who have got them right, wishing them luck again for the future, and for the students who by chance, if don't clear the exam this year, no worries, never lose hope. You can try tomorrow also. I mean, like for the next exam also. So wishing you all the best. Take care.